Welcome back to the Leo D. Mahoney Arena for another edition of Fairfield University women's basketball between the Fairfield University Stags and Mount St. Mary's University. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. This is Donald Callahan, Sean Vowles alongside me. Let's go talk about the Fairfield University Stags in a big conference game against Mount St. Mary's, who just came off a 61-42 victory against the 0-18 St. Peter's. They are currently looking for their second road win of the season. They're currently 1-3 in the conference and 1-7 overall. But Fairfield University has currently held up their ground at home. They are currently 3-4 overall, but in the conference they are 6-3. They are just coming off a double overtime win against Rider University. So both teams are coming off strong victories, and somebody has to continue that streak here on this Thursday night. So the last time that these two teams played, Sean, Janelle Brown had 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 steals. Callie and Isabella had 15 and 11 points. And then it was Jessica Tomasetti with 19 points, who shot 4 of 6 from 3. But the Stags held on 62-56. So what do you think that Fairfield University needs to do if they want to keep their foot on the gas pedal?
They got to guard the three-point line, Collins. Mount St. Mary's averages 26 three-point attempts per game. That's top 20 in the country. So you got to guard the three-point line, and then when those shots miss, you got to get the rebound. Fairfield did it once at their place in Maryland. They should be expecting to do it again here.
The last game that Mount St. Mary's played, Michaela Harrison had 16 points, and Arne Taylor came up with 10 off the bench. You know, St. Peter's, you can say, oh, it's St. Peter's, they're winless, but Mount St. Mary's is a tough opponent to play against, and this is one you cannot take lightly.
Mount St. Mary's seems like they're right in the middle of that conference, and while it may not be the most important part of the season, when you're in the middle of the conference, the end of January, you either start playing well, put yourself near the top of the conference, or you drop a couple and get sucked down into the bottom of the conference. So a big couple games here for Mount St. Mary's, and similar for Fairfield, too. Fairfield 6-3, 2 games back. You got to win this game at home if you want to compete for that conference title.
So we go to that double overtime win against Rider. Janelle had 19 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Obviously, that's going to be a hard performance to emulate, but we can't deny that she had some help along the way. Callie had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. And Isabella, not only did she have double-digit points, but she had 10 rebounds, a double-double, and 2 steals. So it looks like we're going to see a scary trio in the making this season.
Yeah, with Hernan Gomez out for Fairfield, their depth is they're a little bit shallow off the bench. Only a couple players come off, but that means the starters have got to do better. Callie's the only forward in the game usually, so she's got all the attention on her, and the supporting cast has to show up if Fairfield is to win this one.
The NAAC is still up for grabs. We have Iona at 8-1, Niagara at 7-2. But Fairfield is still hanging on as they are tied for third at 6-3. They definitely need this victory to increase their chances. We'll be back in the Leo D. Mahoney Arena in a couple of minutes. For now, enjoy these commercial breaks. Welcome back to Fairfield University. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. As always, we have Janelle Brown at the guard. Led the team in points, rebounds, and assists, as we talked about against Rider in their last game. 7 of those points of those 19 points came in the second overtime. At the 4, we got number 10, Isabella Nicoletti-Leite, who won the MAC Player of the Week. She hit the game-tying three-pointer with 12 seconds left in overtime. At the 4, we got Lauren Beach, who started the last 11 games for the injured Andrea Herman Gomez. She grabbed a career-high 10 rebounds and merits, and then she tied a career high with 3 assists at Rider, and she leads the team with 7 blocks. At 4, we got number 42, Mackenzie Martin. Her first career start was against Siena. She'll be back, making her way back into the starting lineup. She had 5 rebounds against Rider, and she had appeared in all 18 games. And finally, at the 4, we have the heart and soul of the offense, Callie Kavanaugh, who is leading the MAC, and she's 69th nationally in points per game, and she's got double figures in 16 of her 18 games. And she is just 70.5 points shy of 1,000 points in her Fairfield career. In Mount St. Mary's, we've got Isabella Hunt at forward, Joe Rothlow at guard, Michaela Harrison at guard, Jessica Tomasetti at guard, and Natalie Villaflor at the guard as well.
One thing that stands out there, Colin, Mount St. Mary's, everybody's under 6 foot. So we'll see if maybe they go into a zone or what they try to do to keep Cali outside the paint.
So both teams are making their way to the court. Our officials for tonight's game are Anthony Redden, Kara Hunter, and Kelsey Reynolds. So it looks like we have Callie Kavanaugh and, if we get the number right, Joe Rothflow walking up to center court, just waiting for the ref to walk towards the middle with the ball.
There's the horn, and that means it's time for basketball, Colin.
Wanted to make sure everything's okay. Small crowd here on a Thursday night, but away we go in Leo Mahoney Arena, and that is Mackenzie Martin winning the rebound. Here comes Isabella moving the court, directing the traffic.
So
Get to the Brown.
Looks like Mount St. Mary's are starting off in a 1-3-1 zone. Colin, the way that you beat that is you hit the skip pass from the corner of the paint to the other corner.
Mackenzie Martin trying to drive it. Takes it out to Janelle, but it's going to get easily picked off by Natalie Villaflor. She'll pass it out to Rothflow.
There's the skip that I was talking about, Colin. Just not Mount St. Mary's jumped the route just like a cornerback there and picked it off.
Here's Thomas Setti with Martin matched up on her. Thomas Setti kicks it out. It's Isabella Hahn. We'll pass it out. Trying to go for the post, and that rims out no good. No good on the shot attempt from Thomas Setti. Here comes Fairfield.
One of the ways you beat the zone, Colin, is you beat it down the floor.
And Kavanaugh's shot no good. It'll go out of bounds, and it went off the hand of a Fairfield stack, so Mount St. Mary's will retain possession here. Here comes Natalie Villaflor. Kicks it out to Rothflow. Now to Harrison. Now gets it back to Thomas Setti. She'll get it out to Villaflor. Pulls up for three, and that rims out no good. Brown trying to fight for the rebound. She'll get it. Here come the Stags. Pass it out to Isabella. Gets it to Kavanaugh. Back to Brown. Spacing's good here. She'll get it back to Martin. She'll pass it out to Isabella. Pulls up for three. Short of the rim. No good. Rebound taken by Harrison.
See Mount St. Mary's side fronting Kavanaugh on the post. They don't have anybody that can probably guard her straight up, so that's their strategy so far.
Rothflow will get it to Thomas Setti. Get it to Rothflow.
Maybe got away with a little bit of extra steps there.
He's going to pull it up for the layup, and it's good. And that is Natalie Villaflor getting the first points of the game. Here comes Janelle Brown trying to pull it into the light. She'll kick it out to Lauren Beach. Now to Isabella. Pulls up for three. Short of the rim. No good. Rebound taken. Martin wants to pull up for the shot, and that spins up just to the right. No good.
So Mount St. Mary's looks like they're kind of okay with letting Fairfield shoot some threes in this one. Hard to box out on the zone. You've seen a couple of offensive rebounds so far, so we'll see if Fairfield can take advantage.
Here's Villaflor. Get it to Rothflow. Pulls up for three. Short of the rim, just spun out. Here comes Janelle Brown. Almost lost that handle, but she'll retain the possession. Clearing traffic. Gets it to Isabella. Huge kick out of B. She wants to try to pass him. She'll get it to Brown. Pulls up for three. No good. And good effort there by Martin to get the rebound back for the Stags. So get it to Kavanaugh. We'll get it to Brown. Gets the screen set. Wants to pull up. She won't get the shot. Isabella. She's going to pull up for the jump shot. That's good. And the Stags will tie the game up with 6:40 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, really solid offense there from Fairfield. Getting the offensive rebound, using the ball fake. Wide open mid-range. You're going to make that more times than you are.
Here's Thomas Setti. Gets it to Rothflow. Big pass there to Harrison. She wants to pull it up. She'll kick it out to Hunt. Pulls up for the jump shot. No good. Rebound Brown.
So both teams struggling offensively early in this one.
Here's Beast. Wants to kick it to Kavanaugh. Great dish, but that shot is just short of the rim.
Yeah, it's a point-blank layup. She's going to make that 9 times out of 10, but Fairfield beating the zone down the floor there.
And Thomas Setti gets the foul. And Janelle Brown will be called for it, but Tomasetti will shoot 2 free throws, and Janelle Brown is limping.
Saw that last game we were here calling last week with Andrew and I. She went out for a little bit. She was able to come back in pretty quickly, so hopefully it's nothing too serious.
So both teams making 2 substitutions here, and Janelle Brown, she took a beating over these last 2 games, and honestly, you got to respect her desire. The free throw, and it's good for Tomasetti.
Her effort on the defensive end is really important for the Stags, especially with a guard-centric team like Mount St. Mary's, who has a lot of guards on the floor.
Here's the second free throw attempt for Tomasetti, shooting 81% from the free throw line. This one is good. So the Mount St. Mary's will have a 2-point lead. And here comes Isabella. Looking for traffic. She'll get it to Mimi Rubino.
So Rubino and Tatarian in the game for the Stags. Couple of good shooters to see if they can knock something down.
Rubino pulls up for 3. Bang! Mimi Rubino gets the first 3-point attempt of the game for both teams.
If the Stags can make a couple threes, that changes a lot of things
and
here.
Hempstead knocks one down. So Mount St. Mary's quickly takes the 2-point lead back. Kavanaugh on the dish from Isabella. She'll get it to Rubino. Doesn't like what she's got. Isabella with the 3-point attempt. That rims out no good. Good hustle there. Rubino gets the offensive board. Here's Isabella, kicks it out to Martin. She'll get it to Callie, and it gets stripped out on the play by Hunt, but Fairfield will keep possession here.
So Mount St. Mary's sort of in an extended 2-3 zone right now, and when Callie Kavanaugh touches the ball, they're bringing 2. So that seems to be the early strategy for an oversized or undersized Mount St. Mary's. But it's resulting in a lot of offensive rebounds for the Stags.
Here comes Kavanaugh. Gets it to Rubino. Gets it to Martin. Shot clock at 5. Kavanaugh's going to pull up for the jump shot, and that's good. So the Stags will tie the game up at 7 with 5 minutes left in the first.
We've seen a lot of that from Callie over the past couple games, especially since Hernan Gomez has been out. She's been able to knock down that mid-range at a pretty impressive clip.
Here comes Hunt. He's going to try to pull up for the layup. Good defense from Kavanaugh. Hunt will get the offensive board. Gets it to Tomasetti. Pulls up for 3. Shot no good. Rebound taken by Isabella.
So the tempo of the game here is just ratcheting up a few notches here, definitely benefiting the Stags.
Here comes Rubino. Moving to the top of the key. She'll get it to Isabella. Player in traffic.
So Mount St. Mary's in man-to-man defense here. We've seen a couple different defenses from the Mountaineers.
Kavanaugh pulls up for the jump shot. Short of the rim. No good. And Martin coming up with another offensive rebound. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and Mount St. Mary's will have possession here. And we are going to take a quick media timeout. We will be back in just a bit. Don't go anywhere as the Stags are tied with Mount St. Mary's in the first. Welcome back to the Leo D. Mahoney Arena as the Fairfield University Stags are tied with Mount St. Mary's at 7. We got 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter, and looks like it's been a pretty even game. You know, shots are falling, and really you got to respect both defenses for their effort.
Yeah, Fairfield 3 of 11, Mount St. Mary's 2 of 8. A lot of misses so far. The 3 offensive rebounds for Fairfield is what stands out for me so far, giving them a couple extra opportunities.
So we have some substitutions taking place on the field, and we're going to get to them in just a minute. Here comes Arne Taylor trying to pull up for the left. That rims off no good. Here comes Isabella. Gets it out to Kavanaugh. She's got an open lane. Going to fake the jump shot, but it is good. And the layup will give the Fairfield University Stags a 2-point lead.
You can see that it's been an adjustment for Fairfield. Let's get the tempo up, beat the zone down the floor. It resulted in an easy layup.
Villaflore's layup, no good. Isabella with another rebound. She'll dish it out to Kavanaugh. Footsteps out of bounds, but she's going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, Kavanaugh seems to be a real issue for Mount St. Mary's. They don't really have anybody that can cover her one-on-one, so they've been side-fronting her with their biggest player and then bringing a second.
So that'll be on Arne Taylor. We'll get our first foul of the game. Rubino trying to inbound it. High pass to Callie. Get to the Martin. Pass out to Rubino. Trying to get the screen set. Rubino. Pass it out to Isabella. Now back to Kavanaugh. Looking for the play to develop. Here gets it back to Isabella. She's going to pull up for the jump shot. Rims out, no good. Wanted a foul. She won't get it. And here comes Mount St. Mary's. It's Carissa Dunham passing it out to Villaflor. Now to Michaela Douglas. Pulls up for three. Way short of the rim. No good. And here comes Fairfield University retaining the possession.
So a couple of hectic possessions there. Pretty solid ball screen defense from Mount St. Mary's last time down. And then Harrison takes a quick three. She's the one who will let it fly on the catch. So Fairfield's got to be ready as soon as she gets it. Back in their zone here, Mount St. Mary's.
Rubino passes it out to Isabella. Dishes out to Kavanaugh. Now back to Rubino. Going to pull up for three. Short of the rim. No good. Another rebound by Lauren Beach. She'll get it to Isabella. Kicks it out way to the corner to Callie. Pulls up for the jump shot. That's good. And the Fairfield University Stags will have their biggest lead of the game as they are up by 4.
So another offensive rebound resulting in some points for Fairfield.
So Fairfield up 11-7, 2 minutes and 40 left in the first quarter. Here comes Arne Taylor, passing out to Michaela Douglas. Dished it out, and it's steal by Rubino, and that's going to be a foul on Mount St. Mary's. So an offensive foul, the first one of the game for both teams. And Janelle Brown going to come back into the game for the Stags.
Good sign there for Brown getting back in there, but Fairfield going over every wing side ball screen, which kind of shows that we'll let you get in the paint. We just don't want you pulling up from three.
Here comes Brown. Dish it out to Kavanaugh. Now to Lauren Beach. Then dish it out to Kavanaugh. Now back to Rubino. Brown pulling up for the corner. Bang! Chanel Brown from downtown. And the Stags have a 7-point lead.
With this zone that Mount St. Mary's is looking like they're going to be sticking to for this one, it's going to result in some open looks for Fairfield. And if they knock some of them down here, they're going to be pretty impressive.
Going to try to pull up for the layup, but a foul is called. That'll be against Mackenzie Martin.
So a 9-0 run for Fairfield here as they've knocked some shots down combined with a couple nice defensive possessions.
So Mount St. Mary's at the free throw line 2 times now. Fairfield yet to get a single attempt at the line, but here comes Natalie Villaflor. First one, it's good. Shooting 24 of 31, 77% from the free throw line. Second one rims out. Brown comes up with a rebound. It is 14-8 for Fairfield University. Minute and 58 left in the first quarter. Brown gets it to Rubino. Pulls back. Gets it to Lauren Beach. Kick out to Kavanaugh. Going to pull up for the jump shot. That's good. Callie Kavanaugh putting on a show early here in the first.
Like I said, Colin, with all the attention on Kavanaugh inside since Hernan Gomez has been out, she's not going to have many point-blank layups. She's got to knock down those mid-ranges.
And Joe Rothflow can't get that shot to go. And Janelle Brown's going to get called for the foul, trying to get to Jessica Tomasetti. That's her second foul of the game. And we got substitutions here for the Fairfield University Stags.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Carley does with Janelle Brown. Such an important part of this defense, but one of her weaknesses is she does foul a lot. We may not see her for the rest of this first half.
There's Natalie Villaflor to Michaela Douglas. Gets the pass. Here's Isabella Hunt. Gets it back to Douglas. Beating under the lane. Gonna kick it out. And Villaflor gonna come up for the shot. Oh, excuse me, Joe Ruffalo. That's no good. Fairfield University has possession. Here comes Mimi Rubino. Looking for the play. Gets it to Isabella. Now to Mackenzie DeLiba. She'll kick it out to Beach. Now to Rubino. Now to Kavanaugh. Look at the ball movement. Isabella for three. Shot no good. Isabella Hunt with the rebound for Mount St. Mary. Here comes Ruffalo. Back to Jessica Tomasetti. She's going to pull up for the layup. Offensive foul. And a great charge drawn by Isabella. And the Stags with an 8-point lead and 49 seconds left in the quarter are going to get the ball back.
Yeah, pretty impressive. High-octane basketball here the last couple of possessions, Colin. A couple early shots, couple good offense. You know, that's a good shot that Isabella missed for Fairfield. A couple extra passes. They're going to be happy with that. 11-1 run over the last 4 minutes. So good defense, good offense is why they're up by 8 here.
Here's Isabella. Dishes out to Kavanaugh. Kick it out way deep to Laura Beach. She pulls up for three. Bang! Lauren Beach with a tough shot, but she knocks it through.
Like I said, Colin, that 1-3-1 zone, that's the pass that beats it. The skip across the floor results in a wide open three. Most of the time, she's able to knock it down.
Here's Hunt. Trying to drive into the lane. Mackenzie Diablo with the defense. And that's going to be an and one as Mackenzie gets called for the foul. And Isabella Hunt will make it a 3-point play.
Mount St. Mary's hasn't really gotten in the paint very much tonight, but they did there, and they were able to convert.
So Mount St. Mary's, they're down by 9, but they're still hanging in there early in the first quarter. Here comes Isabella Hunt at the line. No good. And Mackenzie Diablo with the rebound. Deliba, excuse me.
So
here's Isabella.
We've seen at least 3 different defenses from Mount St. Mary's here. Kind of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it's going to work.
Shot clock at 3. Kavanaugh pulls up for 3. Ribs out, no good. And the Fairfield University Stags will have a 19-10 lead to end the first quarter. So the Stags getting off to a promising start offensively, and the defense is doing the rest. We'll be back in a couple of minutes in time for the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Fairfield University, just in time for the start of the second quarter as the Fairfield University Stags are up 19-10 against Mount St. Mary's. So looking at Fairfield University right now, Callie Kavanaugh having a solid day with 8 points, and she's been a big reason why Fairfield University has this lead.
Fairfield running the rebound battle 15-10. Certainly expect for that deficit to say his name.
Here's Hunt with the dish. No good. Rebound with Isabella. That's her 4th rebound of the game. Dishes it out to Mackenzie Deliba. Now she's going to kick it out. Here's Lauren Beach. Now to Rubino. Looking for a play. Shot clock at 5. Isabella trying to get the screen set. Pulls up for 3. Off the backboard and in. Isabella with an amazing shot.
That's a really good defensive possession from Mount St. Mary's. They forced a really bad shot. Sometimes it goes in.
Here's Joe Raffalo. We got Lucas the Stag behind us. How's it going, Lucas? And we got the Fairfield University Stag still on board. And making that 3-point shot is number 13, Arne Taylor.
That's how they've been able to stay in games this year. They make and take a lot of threes. They're back in the zone here.
Deliba going to kick it out to Beach. Pulls up to Rubino. Pulls up for the 3. Bang! Mimi Rubino from downtown. And Mount St. Mary's wanted a foul on that play. But the Stags will have a 12-point lead.
That's the shot that Mount St. Mary's is willing to give up. And if the Stags keep knocking it down, it might be a long day for the Mountaineers.
Here's Hunt. Gets it to Taylor. Pulls up for 3. And that shot is good. So Arne Taylor with a couple of clutch shots. Here comes Isabella. Gets it to Beach. Dishes it out to Deliba. Now back to Isabella. Kicks it out. And Tataria for 3. No good. Short of the rim. But Beach comes up with the rebound. That shot's no good. Beach wants to pass it. She'll get it to Mackenzie. Pulls up for the shot. No good. And it will be Mount St. Mary's coming up with the rebound. That's Isabella Hunt.
So a couple good looks there from the Stags.
Here's Hunt. Gets it to Taylor. Wants to drive into the lane. She'll pull up for the jump shot. Short of the rim. No good. Here's Isabella. And that's going to be a foul. And looks like it's going to be a jump ball.
Maybe an inadvertent whistle there. Lauren Beach did hit the deck.
Lauren Beach hit the deck. Arne Taylor got tangled up with her. Or no, excuse me, that's Michaela Harrison.
Fairfield did have the ball there, so this should just be a restart for the Stags.
Looks like that's what it will be.
Jocelyn Polanski into the game for the Stags. So on the court is Beach, Nicoletti, Leite, Rubino, Kavanaugh, and Polanski. 25-16 Stags in the lead.
Yep, 7 minutes and 34 left in the second quarter. And Fairfield's offense has been amazing so far.
Yeah, they certainly lean on their defense, and the reason why they've won a lot of games is for defense, but they're getting a lot of good looks today, and they're making a lot of them.
Here's Callie. Gonna kick it out to Polanski. Now to Rubino. Looking for some room. She'll get it to Isabella. Huge kick out of Polanski. Gonna try to make it in the lane. She won't find anything. Passing to Rubino. Now to Isabella. Kicks it out. Bad pass. And that is Taylor with the rejection. She's going to try to drive it into the lane. Got Beach on her. Kicks out. Look at the ball movement. Harrison for three. That rips out no good. Rebound by Polanski for the Stags. Here's Isabella. Dish out to Kavanaugh. Oh, what a pass. And she's going to get the foul call. And Mount St. Mary's not happy with that. Looks like it might be on Isabella Hunt there.
Yeah, Fairfield getting a lot of good looks here. You see them skipping the ball across the three-point line. Basically, anybody who wants it could take an open three. Nice pass from Isabella there on the break. Nice pocket pass to get Callie underneath for her layup, and she was fouled, so she'll shoot two.
First free throw attempt, no good. Second attempt, good. And Fairfield now up 26-16.
From here on out, this is going to be about the defense for the Stags. Keep the Mount off the three-point line.
And Taylor will get it to Jasmine Lindsay Husky. Now back to Taylor. Once that screen says she's going to get tripped up, there'll be a blocking foul.
Okay, you see that a lot when the driver
that is slow to get up.
When the driver beats the defender to the spot and then slows up, the defender usually crashes right into the driver.
And
that's what happened there.
She's still down, and that's Lauren Beach. She's limping off.
So not a good sign for the Stags.
Not a good sign. She's being helped up over to the sideline, and hopefully you just pray that it's not the worst case scenario. But Mackenzie Martin will check back into the game from Fairfield University, and Beach is getting the trainers taking care of her right now, like immediately.
Not a good sign here. We'll see if she can get back in the game.
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it right now.
Looks like it has something to do with her leg, but it's going to be a foul here on Fairfield. Looks like that's on Polanski. That's going to be her first foul. And Mount St. Mary's will inbound it with Joe Rafflo. She's going to take a deep pass to Tomasetti. Kicks it out to Harrison. Isabella matched up on her. Harrison driving into the lane. That shot is good. And the foul. And Mount St. Mary's has trimmed that lead down to 8. It could be 7.
There wasn't a lot of contact there by Isabella. We'll see the replay here to see if she did foul her.
Let's look at the replay. Yeah, looks like that shoulder might have bumped into her.
And that contact was initiated by the offensive player. So
and that free throw no good. And Mount St. Mary's is going to retain possession. Fairfield saying that it bounced off a blue jersey.
It's a couple tough calls for the Stags in a row here. Nicoletti Leite was in legal guarding position for the foul. The free throw is no good and pretty clearly knocked out by Mount St. Mary's.
Tomasetti that is going to inbound the pass, and head coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis is not happy.
Yeah, 2 in a row. Pretty blatant calls going the wrong way there.
Tomasetti with the inbound pass. She'll get it to Taylor. Got Martin on her. Taylor going to kick it out deep to Tomasetti. Now to Duffy pulls up for 3. That's good. Joe Rafflo with the 3-point attempt. And Mount St. Mary's is on a run here.
That's how they're going to get back in this game, Colin. They make and take a lot of threes. As Janelle Brown back at the scores table with 2 fouls. So looks like she's going to be coming back into this one.
So here comes Rubino. Pass out to Polanski. Now back to Rubino. She'll get it to Isabella. And near steal by Taylor, but Fairfield will retain possession as the ball goes out of bounds. Janelle Brown going to check back in for Polanski.
Yeah, a lot of movement around the 3-point line for the Stags here. And with Mount St. Mary's in that zone,
now
you got to get it inside of it.
If you don't do anything with this possession, you might have to take a timeout here to adjust. Here comes Isabella, pulls up for the jump shot. That shot is good, and Fairfield will increase their lead to 7.
That's a nice play there from the Stags, adjusting there, just a top of the ball screen, and Isabella was able to knock down the mid-range.
Here's Tomasetti, gets it to Taylor. Fairfield playing a zone here. Taylor, got to kick it out to Harrison. Now back to number 22, Tomasetti. Shot no good, and layup no good by Rafflo. Fairfield with the rebound. Here comes Chanel Brown. Deep pass to Isabella. Trying to make a move now to Kavanaugh. Got a wide open pass to Rubino. She's going to try to drive into the lane. She'll kick it out to Kavanaugh. Pulls up for the jump shot. Short of the rim. And Mount St. Mary's will retain possession here.
Pretty nice.
And we're going to get a timeout here. Looks like it'll be a under 5-minute media timeout here. So we will be back in a couple of minutes. Fairfield University up 28-21 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Leo D. Mahoney Arena. We have 5 minutes left in the second quarter as Fairfield University has a 28-21 lead against Mount St. Mary's. So, you know, Sean, Mount St. Mary's, they've been on a run here, and I think it's because of the three-point shooting.
Yeah,
here.
definitely 4 for 10. They are from the game. That's what we knew they would do coming in. They kind of live and die by the three. That's how they've been able to get back in this one, and that they're going to have to knock down some shots to win this game. But Fairfield, 5 of 13 themselves behind the arc. So both teams well above their season averages. We'll see if they can sustain that or whether they'll come down regressively.
So in the first quarter, Mount St. Mary's was 3 of 14 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. The second, they're 4 of 8 from the field and 3 of 4 from 3. So you're right. We'll see how they'll be able to sustain that consistency. And Mount St. Mary's will have possession. Hunt will get it to Harrison. Rubino matched up on her. They'll get it to Hunt. Screen is set. Hunt will kick it out to number 4, Joe Rofflo. And she gets tangled up.
Yeah, I got away with a couple steps there.
Natalie Villaflor wanting a shot. She's not going to get it. And out of bounds. Fairfield got their hands on it last, so Mount St. Mary will have the ball.
Good defensive possession so far. Only 8 ticks left on the shot clock. Let's see if Fairfield can force a tough shot here.
So Tomasetti will come up with the inbound pass. She'll get it to Harrison, and great punch out there by Rubino. And Fairfield's going to come up with the ball. What a play by the Fairfield Stags defense.
Yeah, really nice active hands there. That's exactly what you want to do on an inbounds pass. Make every catch contested. And she was able to cough up the pass.
So here's Brown. Pass it out to Isabella. Now back to Brown. She'll get it to Kavanaugh. Now back to Brown. Pulls up for 3. Shot no good. Just rimmed out. And Mount St. Mary will have possession here. Here comes Harrison.
Yeah, wide open 3 there from Janelle Brown. That's kind of what they're giving up. So Fairfield can knock a couple down.
Draws the double team. She's going to get it out to Tomasetti. Janelle Brown matched up on her. Tomasetti with the shot. No good. Short of the rim. Here's Janelle Brown. They've got the numbers here. Brown. Fakes the shot. She'll pass it out to Kavanaugh. Down to Rubino. Now to Martin. Fakes the pass. Oh, good feed to Kavanaugh. And she gets stripped on the play by Tomasetti. And Mount St. Mary coming up with a good play on the defensive side. Now to Hunt. She'll get it out to number 22, Tomasetti. Now to Isabella Hunt. Now to Villaflor. Pulls up for the shot. No good. Let's show Ruffalo, excuse me. Here comes Fairfield. It's Isabella.
Fairfield doing a really nice job of forcing a lot of contested shots here.
Brown will get it to Callie.
If you keep taking open shots and you keep forcing contests, it's going to work out in the end.
Kavanaugh will get it to Isabella. Looking for that pass to Rubino. Pulls up for 3. Off the rim, no good. And Hunt with another rebound here.
Hunt pretty impressive with a couple of these rebounds. She looks like she's going to run the point here. Oh, no, she gives it up. Never mind.
She'll get it to Villaflor. Now to Tomasetti. Then she'll kick it out to Rofflo. Back to Hunt. Now to Rofflo. Draws the double team. Hunt. Gonna try to beat Kelly around the edge. Pulls up the shot. No good. Rebound Isabella. That's another board for Leite. And deep pass to Kavanaugh. Bounces off the foot of Mount St. Mary's. So Fairfield will have possession here. That was a risky play there.
Yeah, Callie's really, really running hard down the floor. Mount doesn't, it might be in the scouting report that they don't get back in transition very well, but a couple of her opportunities have come from just beating everybody down the floor.
So here comes Rubino with the inbound pass. She'll get it to Brown. Now to Isabella. Trying to clear the way. Gets it to Brown. Now
Janelle wants the ice out here.
Brown makes a move. Now back to Kavanaugh. Now to Brown. Fakes the shot attempt. Going to pull up for the jump shot. Rims out no good. And rebound by the Stags. That was just a crafty move by Janelle. I wish that would have gone in.
Yeah, you could tell that she wanted the one-on-one there. She kind of shook off the screen from Kavanaugh and was able to get a wide-open mid-range. So
Janelle, who exited earlier with a limp in the leg, and that's just a bad pass there. Looks like there was a miscommunication on that play, and Mount St. Mary's will have the ball.
Mount St. Mary's, despite being pretty undersized, impressive in the paint defensively.
And Polanski's going to check in for Brown.
They're limiting Fairfield attempts at the rim and making them make shots, which they have at times today, and they haven't. So we'll see if they can end off the first half on a good note.
Here comes Arne Taylor. Dicks out to Rothflow. Good ball movement here. Tomasetti will get it to Jasmine. Now back to Tomasetti. Back to Jasmine. Now gets it to Villaflor. Now Tomasetti. Still having the ball. Shot clock at 5. Deep pass to Rothflow. She's going to have to pull up for the layup, and that is good. And the Fairfield defense just let up on that one.
That's a pretty impressive defensive possession from the Stags. I mean, you play good defense for 29 of the 30 seconds. And that usually results in a good
going to throw it right to Mount St. Mary's. Arne Taylor with a good pass to Rothflow. She doesn't take the shot. And then they lost possession. So Fairfield's going to get the ball. Things are wild here in Leo Mahoney Arena right now.
Yeah, like I've said in the beginning of the game, this high tempo definitely favors the Stags.
Brown quickly checking back in.
This hectic pace hasn't really resulted in as many turnovers as you would think. We'll see if that can change.
Here's Isabella.
Fairfield's been stuck on 28 for over 4 minutes here, so we'll see if they can put the ball through the bucket.
Now Rubino gets it to Isabella. Now back to Rubino. 1 minute and 13 left. Janelle Brown going to get called for the travel there. And Mount St. Mary's can make it a one-possession game with 1 minute and 12 left. And we're going to get another substitution. Brown comes back out.
A little defense here for Coach Carley. Not wanting Brown on the floor with 2 fouls.
So Arne Taylor will move the ball up the court. Fairfield still up by 5. There's still time left for Mount St. Mary's to quickly get back in here. Here's Taylor. Pulls up for 3. Shot is good. And now Mount St. Mary's only down by 2.
It looks like she was in front of the line there, Colin, so it's only a 2.
So they're going to call it a 2-pointer. So here's Rubino to Isabella. 45 seconds left and counting.
See if they go for a 2-for-1 here.
Gonna kick it to Brooke to Tarian.
Baseline runner action for Rubino.
Rubino. Gonna try to drive it to the lane. Shot clock at 6. Rubino has to pass it out to Isabella. Shot is up and off the rim. No good. Shot clock turned off. Here comes Mount St. Mary's. Arne Taylor from the corner. Gonna kick it out to Hunt. Now to Tomasetti. 15 seconds left.
Looks like they're going to hold for 1 here. Impressive end of this second quarter here for Mount St. Mary's, getting themselves back in the game. They forced a couple tough shots, and they've made a couple shots for themselves.
Tomasetti going to get it to Harrison. Clock at 3. Harrison pulls up for the layup. It's good. And Mount St. Mary's down by 1 to end the first half, and they have picked up momentum as we head into halftime. So Fairfield University still leading, but it has only been stripped to 1. Fairfield 28, Mount St. Mary's 27. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of the Fairfield University women's basketball between the Stags and Mount St. Mary's as they hang on to a 28-27 advantage. And Fairfield University, their men's team both of their men's teams actually are playing against each other at Mount St. Mary's, and the Stags have a lead in that one too.
Yeah, so first, Colin, we'll talk about this men's game that's going down at the Mount in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Fairfield leading 32-28 at the half. Good opportunity for Fairfield to win too, but now we're back to the women's game. 7 offensive rebounds for the Stags in the first half, and the 3-pointers get the Mountaineers back in it.
So here comes Isabella, pass it out to Brown, now to Rubino, pulls up for 3. Shot no good, but Kavanaugh is there for the rebound. She's going to try to find someone to pass it to. So loft to Brown, now to Rubino. Now back to Brown. Kicks off the foot, and it's a turnover for the Stags. Here comes Mount St. Mary. Tomasetti will get it out to Natalie Villaflor.
So another wide open three there for the Stags, just unable to convert.
Here's Harrison to Hunt. Hunt pass it out to Harrison. Looking for the screen, going to pull up for three. Off the rim, no good. Brown with the rebound. Here comes Fairfield University moving up the court.
Really good work there from Martin and Kavanaugh on the contest. Harrison's the one who will shoot it no matter what.
Brown with a deep pass to Isabella. Now to Martin. Mackenzie Martin kicks it out to Isabella. Pulls up for three. Rim no good. Here comes Harrison and a deep pass to Villaflor. She's going to try to drive into the lane. And that layup is good. And Mount St. Mary's takes their first lead since early in the first quarter. Here comes Brown to Isabella.
No points in over 6 minutes of game time for Fairfield here. See if they can get off that streak.
Isabella's going to kick it out to Rubino. Now bounces out to Martin. Back to Kavanaugh. Now to Martin. Shot clock at 6. Martin going to drive into the lane. Lays that one up and in. And Fairfield University with a 1-point lead on the sweet move from Mackenzie Martin.
Yeah, with Kavanaugh getting doubled there, no matter what. Just her and Martin were on that side, so it was an empty set. Martin was able to get a layup.
Hunt with a good pass to Joe Robflow, and that'll give Mount St. Mary's the lead. Isabella moving up the floor, and we got an early timeout from the Stags. It'll be a 30-second one.
Yeah,
so
Coach.
Mount St. Mary's with a 31-30 lead, and they're coming out with a lot more intensity than they did early in the game.
Yeah, Coach Carley not happy with the defense. They're 2 point-blank layups so far for the Mount, and you didn't see any of those in the first half. So we'll see if they can make any adjustments here. They're getting good shots on the offensive end. Like I said in the first half, take good shots, force contested ones, and you'll be fine at the end of the day.
So looking early in the first half, Callie Kavanaugh had a solid day with 9 points. Isabella coming up with 7 and 6 rebounds. But I think, and maybe Rubino coming up with 6, but I think one of the biggest notices that we found is Fairfield University having 7 offensive rebounds in the game to their 25 total on the game.
Yeah, that's something that with the zone, Mount St. Mary's is kind of going to have to be okay with, because when you're undersized, when you're in a zone, it's hard to find box outs. So Fairfield's only been able to have 6 second chance points, but more of those are going to come if Mount St. Mary's stays in the zone. 25-16 is a pretty big edge in a game like this on the rebounds. We'll see if, the game's, it's a 1-point game right now, so it's not really making a difference, but Fairfield keeps rebounding, keeps taking good shots. They should be able to get across the line here.
So what do you think Fairfield needs to adjust defensively in order to prevent these runs?
Just get back to their defensive principles. Get across your player. Don't let them beat you to the baskets. Keep them in front. Make them shoot over the top of you. Now, they still might make threes because they're pretty good at it. But right now it's just a little bit about effort. Don't take it upon yourself to not let your player beat you.
So both teams are starting to make their way back out on the court. Fairfield has all of their players set. Mount St. Mary's looks like they're trying to make a couple of more adjustments just to make sure that they're locked in on both ends of the floor.
So we'll see if Coach Carley makes the adjustment here. On the floor for the Stags, Brown, Rubino, Peak, Martin, and Kavanaugh. So more shooters on the floor. We saw Fairfield go a little bigger with Isabella at the 2 in the first half. Now we got 3 pure guards here, and Martin sliding to the 4. So Fairfield going smaller here, probably an effort to make some more threes because they're open. Just not making them.
So Fairfield's still waiting for Mount St. Mary's here. And really, and it looks like a ref is trying to tell them to hurry things up here. And that is what they will do. And we will resume play in about 5 seconds.
For the Stags, Lauren Beach, who did get injured in the first half, if you do remember, is on the end of the bench with ice wrapped around what looks like her left ankle. Looks like she's done for the game. We'll see who can step up in her absence because she's usually a player who logs a lot of minutes.
Absolutely. Lauren Beach coming down with a bad knee injury early in the second quarter. Had to be attended to by medical trainers and staff, and you just hate to see that happen for any team, really. So here comes Mimi Rubino.
Baseline runner action for Peak here.
Brown will kick it out to Kavanaugh, and it's going to be a foul there on Mount St. Mary's.
Really good post feed there. Kavanaugh's been working really hard in the post. They've missed her a couple times. And then Hunt got beat to the spot and committed the foul.
Isabella Hunt coming up with her second foul. Inbounds into Martin. Tight defense there. Kavanaugh. Back to Brown. Back to Rubino. Wide open. Pulls up for three. Shot no good. And rebound taken by Hunt.
Now, that is a wide open three. It doesn't get better than that.
Oh, that's going to be a travel there on Mount St. Mary's. Janelle Brown forcing that extra step.
Yeah, Villaflor beating everybody down the floor there, but Brown able to make up some ground with her speed and force the, she kind of just ran out of room, chopped her feet, travel, going the other way.
Here comes Janelle Brown. Back to Mackenzie Martin. Now to Mimi Rubino. Now to Brown. Get a loft to the Kavanaugh. Pulls up for the jump shot. And it just bounces off no good.
It's another good look, mid-range for Kavanaugh. We said how good she's been at that the last couple games. She's got to knock something down.
And tough layup from Hunt. That's going to be no good. Rubino going to move up the court.
One way he beat the zone is beat it down the floor. I've said it a couple times today. They're not able to do it there.
Here comes Kavanaugh. Still trailing by 1. 6:54 left in the third quarter. Brown still moving up the ball. Get it to Kavanaugh. You get a lot of time off that clock. Shot clock at 6. Kavanaugh pulls up to the jump shot, and that rims out, but Kavanaugh coming up with the offensive rebound. That's no good either.
Yeah, it's just not happening for the Stags offensively right now. It's not as if Mount St. Mary's is doing anything crazy on offense. They're just missing Taylor shots.
Kicks it out to Villaflor. Now to Mackenzie Douglas. Pulls up for three. That's good. Michaela Douglas from downtown, and that's their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 4.
Yeah, she's the one who really shoots it and makes it a lot and able to make the Stags pay there.
Here comes Brown. The Rubino now to Kavanaugh.
Just seems like a little bit too much standing around from the Stags. You see everybody's kind of stayed still.
And bang! Mimi Rubino pulling up. No, excuse me. That
Kate
is
Peak.
Number 12. I'm sorry. That is
Kate Peak.
Kate Peak.
Yeah, we mentioned when she came on that she was in to make a couple shots. That's exactly what she does.
Taylor beating Kavanaugh to the rim. So 3-point lead for Mount St. Mary's. Rubino to Brown. Fakes the shot out of Martin. Now to Peak. Kavanaugh trying to get it easy late at the back and lost the handle. And going to be a jump ball, and Mount St. Mary has possession.
Yeah, Kavanaugh hits her with the ball fake there, gets her up in the air, a lot of contact, a pretty clear foul there, but doesn't get the call. It's going back to the Mountaineers.
So Kate Peak, who really didn't take a shot attempt, never really had that much playing time, she made that 3-point attempt to give them, but they are still trailing by 3. So Mount St. Mary's, they are playing with a lot more intensity, and they have really forced Fairfield to make uncharacteristic mistakes on the offensive side.
Yeah, Peak hasn't gotten a lot of minutes in her first year with the Stags here, but when she has been in, she's been able to make some shots. That's probably why she's in there right now. And then she does it right on cue, last possession.
Here's Jasmine Lindsay Husky to Michaela Harrison, excuse me. Now Arne Taylor. Trying to work on Kavanaugh. Taylor going to pass it out.
A lot of standing around here for the Mountaineers.
Harrison with Janelle Brown on her. And foul's going to be called on Janelle. That's going to be her 3rd of the game.
Yeah, that's a bailout call from the officials there. Pretty good defense from the Stags there. Brown unlucky to get that whistle.
Michaela Harrison is down. But she's going to quickly get back on her feet. That's a good sign. She's walking on her own power. So just a stinger right there.
Yeah, it's a really tough break for the Stags. When you play defense well for most of the clock.
Hey, Carly just lighted Janelle Brown. Hey, we can't lose. You just be you. Don't try to do anything too much here. Yeah. So here comes Michaela Harrison coming to the line.
You don't want her to tone down her aggressiveness because that's what makes her so terrific at defense. But with the referees having a little bit of a quick whistle tonight, she might have to tone it down just a little bit.
First free throw good. She's now 1 of 2 from the line tonight. This to make it a 5-point game. And that is good. Mount St. Mary's up 38-33 with 5 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes Janelle Brown. Gets it out to Isabella. Now to Rubino. Pulls up for 3. Bang! Mimi Rubino with another 3-pointer. And now the deficit is cut down to 2. And now Harrison, that 3-point is no good. Isabella moving the ball up the court.
Yeah, so Kate Peak making the 3 there.
Gets
That's exactly what she's on the floor
for. Pulls up for 3. Shot no good. Rebound by Mackenzie DeLiba, and she knocks it down for the tie.
Yeah, a couple of effort plays there going Fairfield's way. Kate Peak been able to make a couple threes, and they're back in this game tied at 38.
This is just what you need, and this is what Carly Timble wants out of her players. Here comes Jasmine from Mount St. Mary's. Going to get it to Michaela Harrison. Now it's going to pass it out. Here's Joe Rothflow trying to find off the screen. Lost the handle. Going to try to make a save for the ball. Stags have possession. And we're going to get a timeout here. And it looks like we're going to get
the under 5 media timeout.
Yep, it's the under 5 media timeout. Fairfield making a run here as we are tied at 38. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Leo D. Mahoney Arena as the Fairfield University Stags are now tied with Mount St. Mary's at 38. We have 4 minutes and 3 seconds left. You know, we have 2 players on Mount St. Mary's with double-digit points. Michaela Harrison has 12 and Arne Taylor with 10. But with Fairfield, nobody has double-digit points, but we have a lot of scorers that are really rising up.
Yeah, Kate Peak not even playing in that first half. Makes both the threes that she takes here in the third quarter, gets Fairfield back in this. Then a DeLiba offensive rebound and putback gets the Stags tied up.
Isabella gets the screen from DeLiba. Gets it back to Brown.
They're trying to baseline run Kate Peak here, but she's just not open.
Janelle Brown pulling up for the shot. No good. Rebound taken by Joe Rothflow from Mount St. Mary's. Gets it to the top. Tomasetti pulls up for the layup. No good. Brown with another rebound. And they're going to play a quick pace here. Gets it to Peak. Now back to Brown. Deep pass to Isabella. Now to Callie. Pulls up for the jump shot. No good again. Hunt with the rebound. Here comes Rothflow. Moving up the left side. Peak on the defensive end. Going to try to find up the ghost screen. Here comes Carissa Dunham. Now back to Tomasetti. Now back to Isabella Hunt. Trying to fight off of Kavanaugh. Hunt. Pass it out to Dunham. And shot clock is going to wind down to 5. Almost lost the handle. Steal by Brown. Tomasetti tried to save the ball, but it ended up failing. Here comes Kavanaugh.
Yeah, last couple possessions for the Stags deep into the shot clock for Mount St. Mary's, forcing a turnover or a tough shot.
Gets it to Isabella. Mount St. Mary's playing tight defense here. We got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes Callie. Now to Isabella. Trying to fight off that screen. Now to Kavanaugh. Pulls up for the jump shot. It's good. Fairfield U gets the lead.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's is kind of just not really feeling with that.
Steal by Brown. Fairfield University going to try to make it way bigger than it is. Here comes Brown.
Yeah, really rough start to the third quarter from the Stags, but they're getting back in it here. Oh, my.
Oh, that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, Kavanaugh's been working really hard in the post all game.
And Isabella Hunt took a shot there, and she fell to the court. And
Kavanaugh doesn't seem too disappointed in that one.
Yeah. Trying to fight off of that screen right there, and it just got a little too rough there.
Yeah, like I was saying before Mount St. Mary's turned over the ball, the Mountaineers don't really have anything to stop Callie's post-up mid-range. And she's missed a couple. She's made a couple. Certainly a high percentage shot.
So Fairfield shooting 36% from the field, Mount St. Mary 39%. So it's just about as even as you can expect. Here comes Michaela Harrison leading the Mount St. Mary's with 12. She'll kick it out.
Looks like
Natalie Villafort.
Fairfield's in a 2-3 zone here.
Now to Arne Taylor. Now Rothflow for 3. Off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. There's Harrison for Mount St. Mary's. Now back to Villafort, and she makes a bad pass, and Fairfield will retain possession here, and another turnover, and their head coach is not liking it.
Yeah, the referee may have been in the way there, distracting the player as kind of just went through her legs. A tough break there for Mount St. Mary's.
Moving the ball. Now gets it to Isabella. Fakes the 3. She's going to get it to Peak. Now back to Isabella. Time winding down. Isabella. Pass it out to Brown. Trying to loft it at Kavanaugh. That's going to be a blocking foul on Mount St. Mary's, and it looks like that's Arne Taylor that will be called for it.
Yeah, with that side front that they're doing on Kavanaugh, Another player's coming underneath when they throw that ball over the top, and she was there to set it before Callie even caught the ball. So that's a block every day.
Now trying to inbound it. She'll get it to Peak. Now to Callie Kavanaugh. Back to Brown. Fakes the shot. Brown going to try to squeeze her way through the lane and in. What a shot by Trinell Brown.
Yeah, really sold that pump fake, which is why she was able to get to the basket.
Here comes Michaela Harrison. Trying to take her time. Gets it out to Rothflow. Now to Villafort. Back out to Taylor. Kicks it out to Michaela Harrison. Wide open three. That rims out. No good. Just spinning out. Here comes Trinell Brown. Trying to make a move on Hunt.
Yeah, not a very good strategy there from the Stags to let their best
Isabella
three-point shooter take open threes.
Now back to Brown. Deep pass to Peak. Pulls up for three. Bang! Kate Peak with her third three-pointer.
Yeah, a couple of Stags making really big impacts. Daliba, who doesn't see a lot of minutes, with some really strong rebounds, and Kate Peak 3 for 3 from downtown. And just like that, Fairfield's up 45-38.
26 seconds left. Shot clock at 20. So here comes Harrison.
Fairfield back in this 2-3 zone.
Hyde trying to pull up for the jump shot. No good. Good defense there from Mackenzie Daliba. Isabella, shot clock turned off. Clock at 10 seconds. Could make one more shot here. Isabella taking her time. Gonna get it to Mackenzie. Trying to find her way through the lane. Puts it up and no good. But the foul's gonna be called. So 2 free throws coming up for Fairfield University.
Yeah, really, really solid end of the third quarter here with some strong defense, some strong offense. So much attention there defensively was on Kate Peak that Daliba was able to just take it to the basket and get fouled and see if she can convert from the free throw line.
So Callie leading the Stacks with 11 points now, and Michaela Harrison still with 12, but Mackenzie Daliba could add on 2 more to make it a 9-point game. First free throw, good. 46-38 with 1.9 seconds left.
Yeah, with Hernan Gomez out, Daliba providing some really solid minutes here as Fairfield has had Kavanaugh and Daliba in for quite a while here.
Second free throw, no good. Daliba with the offensive rebound, and it's good! Puts it up, and Mackenzie Daliba gives the Stacks a 10-point lead just before the end of the third quarter.
A 15-0 run to finish that quarter from the Stags. Up by 10, just like that, Colin.
What a start for the Fairfield University Stags. Started out slow, but then they really picked things up. Mackenzie Daliba at the buzzer, giving the Stags the 48-38 lead. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the start of the fourth. Welcome back to Fairfield University. The Fairfield Stags coming up on a 15-0 run to close the third quarter, including a buzzer beater from Mackenzie Daliba to make it a 48-38 lead for the Stags. And really, they started off slow, but the more that they shot offensively, the more that they scored, the better their defense was able to play.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's, they're very undersized. So they're willing to give up the 3 to limit some attempts at the rim. Fairfield's 8 for 23 on the game, which is 34%, right around their season average, but they've come in bunches here. Kate Peak, 3 for 3. So just 5 for 20 from the other players on the Stags. Let's see if she can keep that up. Fairfield at this point has got to keep Mount St. Mary's off the 3-point line and keep converting on the offensive end to close this one out.
So Fairfield will inbound the pass to start the fourth. Isabella near the announcer's table.
So for the Stags, Brown, Peak, Nicoletti, Leite, Kavanaugh, and Daliba. Probably the 5 best players so far this game.
Absolutely. And Isabella will get it to Brown. Gets it to Callie. Back out to Brown. Trying to take that shot away. Isabella back on the pass.
And a little bit of an elevator play there for Isabella.
And it's going to be a foul called there on Arne Taylor. And Callie Kavanaugh was the one that she was trying to defend there.
Yeah, Kavanaugh putting in a ton of effort trying to post, and it's a lot of contact there.
That could be Arne Taylor's third foul. She has 10 points. So Brown going to inbound the pass. Gets it to Isabella. Oh, that's going to be a backcourt violation here.
It's not because she didn't touch it in the front court, so avoiding the turnover there.
Yeah. Luckily, no whistle. Here's Callie. Now back to Isabella. Gets the screen set. Dish out to Kavanaugh. Euro step, but a travel. Looked like there was a little bit of an extra step there. So, good call there from the official. Here comes Mount St. Mary to inbound the pass.
So we'll see if Fairfield sticks in that 2-3 zone that we saw at the end of the third quarter. And that's exactly what they're going to do here with Brown and Peak up at the top, Isabella, Deliba, and Kavanaugh down low.
So Harrison passes it out to Tomasetti. Now to Villaflor. Back to Harrison. Now to Hunt. Kavanaugh defending. And Deliba with almost a steal. And then Brown trying to make a hustle, but Deliba's going to get called for the foul. So could have been a chance there for another Fairfield youth possession.
Yeah, that's not a foul that you mind. That's not a foul that you mind as Coach Carly. You know, your players are going hard for the ball. You're just a half second late. You get tagged for a foul. It's a hustle play. Deliba has really brought a lot of effort on both sides of the ball in this one.
Tomasetti will get it to Harrison, and she'll pass it out of bounds. That'll be Fairfield ball.
Harrison looked like she had a point-blank look at the rim there if she just went up with it.
Passed it up. Yeah. Seen a lot of that from both teams, really. So, comes the inbound pass to Isabella.
So Fairfield with this 5 on the floor has looked to just isolate a two-player game on either side of the floor. See if they keep doing it.
So get it to Peak. And good steal made by Villaflor. Deliba with the defense, and foul will be called.
And it's a really tough call there on Deliba. She just stood there with her hands up.
It's going to be her third foul of the game.
See if Coach Carly Hook pulls her out here. There's only 8:47 left in this one, so you'd think that with the effort that she's giving, she's probably going to stay in there. But Peak with the basketball equivalent of a pick 6 there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we've seen Jimmy Butler in the NBA make those time to time LeBron James, and that was a great play made there. And Villaflor will knock down the free throw. She is now 2 of 3 from the line tonight. And so she's got 6 points here. Second free throw, no good. And possession taken by Mount St. Mary. Kick out to Harrison. Pulls up for 3. Shot no good. Rebound by Hunt. Loose ball.
Couple offensive rebounds here from the Mountaineers. The Stags have the box out. They just got to finish the play by getting the rebound.
So Hunt. And a good steal by Kavanaugh. Callie coming down the other way.
Peak poking it free. Another good play.
Isabella fakes the shot. Get it to Kavanaugh. Now back to Brown.
Kavanaugh's got a mismatch here. Let's see if they try and get her the ball.
So they will not. Brown still with it from the logo. Now back to Isabella. Pulls up for 3. Rebound no good.
Kavanaugh
Hunt with the board.
Kavanaugh had that board, but she just coughed it up, and now Mount St. Mary's going the other way.
Wide open look for Villaflor, and that is good. And Mount St. Mary's makes it a 6-point game.
Yeah,
as they now trail 48-42.
A couple open threes in a row. You're going to make them eventually, if you're Mount St. Mary's, back to a 6-point game here, 48-42.
Here's Isabella. Back to Kavanaugh. Back to Isabella again. Trying to get that screen. Back to Kavanaugh. Back to Isabella.
Kind of a 2-player game here.
3. Oh, just spun out, no good. Here comes Villaflor.
Coach Carly trying to isolate 2 players on the side here.
Tomasetti trying to spin around. Gets it to Villaflor. And good layup there. She faked out Janelle Brown. They're only now down by 4. And looks like we're going to get some substitutions at the next whistle.
Yeah, bunch of crazy games here as Janelle will take it to the sideline and Coach Carly will use a timeout. So a bunch of runs in this one, Colin.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, once Fairfield gets out of a big lead, Mount St. Mary's, they do not give up. They are not folding in the towel. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay on the air. But Mount St. Mary's, they just play with a lot of resilience, and it's no wonder why they've been as good as they have been this year.
Yeah, during this timeout, Colin, we'll take a look at the men's game here between these two schools happening down in Maryland. The Stags currently leading 51-45. With under 10 minutes left in the second half. So both games probably going to be ending around the same time. And I'll keep you updated there in these women's game timeouts.
Yeah, it's really convenient that both of these schools are playing each other at the same day, at the same time. And both teams are just trying to hold on for the lead here.
Yeah, most the men's schedule for the MAC is typically Friday, Sunday. The women are usually Thursday and Saturday. For some reason, this week is different for the men. They'll do Thursday, Sunday. They'll be here Sunday against the Rider Bronx, who are near the top of the conference. The women will be here Saturday against Canisius. So a couple of times we'll be here at the Leo Mahoney Arena this weekend for more Fairfield basketball.
So the men's team is struggling. They're 9-10, and they're 3-4 in the conference. So they're 3-5, I should say, or 5-4. Excuse me. They're 5-4 in the conference. So you're just hoping that both the men's team and the women's team just try to find ways to pick momentum up as we head towards the second half of the season.
So both teams leading Mount St. Mary's close here. Both teams kind of near the upper middle part of their conferences. This is the time of the year where teams figure out whether they're legit or they're just kind of mediocre.
So looking at the turnovers here, Mount St. Mary's with 7, Fairfield with 10. Mount St. Mary's scoring 18 points from the paint and Fairfield with 10. But Fairfield's got 20 bench points, and that's really a must-need when you have Andrea Hernan-Gomez out with a wrist injury.
Yeah, like we said, the Stags' rotation is a little bit short without Andrea. Peak with 9, Taliba with 5. That's why they've been on the floor. Looks like they're both out now. We'll see if they come back in before the end of the game here. But in both men's and women's, the MAC is really a 1 and 2 possession league, as we're seeing both Fairfield teams experiencing that right now.
Yeah. You know, the women's team, they definitely are the team that technically has the most pressure since they were in the tournament last year.
Both of these teams,
anything right now.
Both of these teams were actually in the tournament last year. Mount St. Mary's, coming from the NEC, the Northeast Conference, they did win their conference last year. We're a 16 seed, played in the first ever women's first 4. So both teams obviously much different than a year ago, but both teams made the NCAA tournament a year ago.
Yeah, and kudos to Antoine White. You know, they've been struggling lately. They're 8-10 now, and they're 4-5 in the MAAC. But you know, Antoine White, he's getting his players ready for this one. I mean, you get out to that great start in the third quarter, and now you're down 10, and you cut that deficit of 4. So,
yeah, you know, the NEC, congratulations to them for winning it, but the MAC is definitely quite a step up, really in every sport, but in women's basketball mostly, in terms of physicality and quality. So while Mount did win their conference last year, they have their work cut out this year in the MAC.
Absolutely. So Fairfield is going to have possession. Isabella is going to inbound the pass. Trying to find the open target, gets it to Brown.
So Brown, Rubino, Martin, Isabella, and Kavanaugh on the floor for the Stags.
She'll get it to Isabella. Trying to direct traffic. Now to Martin. Pass it out to Brown. Fakes the shot. Brown going to try to drive her way into the lane. Back to Martin. Shot clock at 6. Here comes Remy Rubino pulling up for the layup. No good. Wanted a foul there. Not going to get it. Here comes Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, takes the bump, unable to convert. Still a high percentage luck, though, for the Stags.
Harrison. Bad pass, but Thomas said he was able to get on that.
So Mount St. Mary's is going to slow it down and call a play here.
To Thomas Setti, taking a lot of time off. Gets it to Villaflor. Now to Harrison.
It's going to be a short clock situation.
Shot clock at 4. Harrison gets it to Arne Taylor. Pulls up for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Brown.
Really solid defensive possession there from the Stags to see if they can convert on the other end.
Is Isabella backing it up to Mackenzie Martin. Now Isabella going to try to dish it out to Kavanaugh. Double team comes, and she's going to get tripped up by Taylor. That's going to be her 4th foul. And Arne Taylor, you know, she's having a solid day with scoring, but, I mean, the foul trouble is just really alarming.
Yeah, you know, really, Kavanaugh worked really hard to get that post feed. They got it to her. The double came immediately. Kavanaugh was able to, got bumped almost immediately at the catch. So
Arne Taylor comes to the bench, and Isabella Hunt will take over. Here's Mackenzie Martin for Fairfield. Pass it out to Kavanaugh. Pulls up for the jump shot. It's good. And Fairfield increases their lead to 6. They're now up 50-44 with 5 minutes and 40 left and counting. Here comes Thomas Setti. Gets it to Villaflor. Trying to find some room. Kicks it out. Tomasetti now to Michaela Harrison. Good defense. Just it out to Hunt. And going to get fouled at the line. That's going to be Mimi Rubino with her first foul of the game. So 2 free throws coming up. And Harrison just trying to walk that one off.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's got the switch there. Rubino tried her hardest not to foul, just stuck her hand straight up, but got the whistle. And we'll see if Mount can convert on the switch.
So Isabella Hunt going to shoot 2 free throws here. She missed 1 earlier today. So only attempts. This one spins in.
Mount St. Mary's
3 points for Isabella Hunt.
Pretty solid from the free throw line, 7 of 11.
Crowd making as much noise as they can. Second free throw, good. And now Mount St. Mary's down by 4. Here comes Janelle Brown. Still a lot of time left here.
Yeah. And they're picking up full court here. Let's see what zone they drop back into.
Here's Janelle to Kavanaugh. 3 guys on her. 3 women, I should say. Back out to Kavanaugh, and it's going to be a foul there on Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, Kavanaugh working really hard. Mount St. Mary's, all sorts of contact every time Kavanaugh tries to post. And every time they throw it in, there's a lot of contact, so there's going to be a lot of fouls that way.
That was on Joe Rafflo. Gets her second. Here's Isabella, back out to Martin. Trying to get it to Kavanaugh, lost the handle, and going to be Mount St. Mary's ball. No foul there.
Hey, Kavanaugh, maybe just putting it on the deck one too many times. She has the advantage. Just take that short jumper instead of trying to get it to the hoop. But we got a close one here, Colin. 50-46 Fairfield, under 5 minutes to go.
Absolutely. Here comes Natalie Villafort. Timeout called by Mount St. Mary's. It'll be a 30-second timeout, or will it be a media timeout, actually?
That's a good question, Colin. The media timeout rules have been changing a couple times.
And it will be on Mount St. Mary's, so we'll stay on the air for 30 seconds here.
So another update of the men's game here going on in Maryland. Fairfield leading 52-51 over the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers. They're at the under 8 timeout down there. So 1 and 2 possession game. It'll be there. Right down the stretch like most MAC games. And here, Colin, we got under 5 minutes to go. Another close one. We'll see if Fairfield can pull it out.
So both teams quickly rushing out back onto the floor.
Fairfield's going to go with the same 5. Brown, Rubino, Martin, Nicoletti, Leite, and Kavanaugh.
Here comes Harrison. Gets it to Tomasetti. Now back to Harrison. Now to Isabella Hunt.
Rubino harassing Harrison as far as backcourt.
Good pass to Harrison, and that layup is good. It's a 2-point game here with 4:35.
Yeah, that's the negative of playing so far up. Rubino is picking up Harrison, face guarding her at midcourt. She hits her with the back door, and it's an easy layup.
Janelle gets it out to Martin. Martin looking for somewhere. Gets it to Mimi Rubino. Pulls up. No good. And a foul is called there.
Yeah, really nice ball fake there from Rubino. Had the open 3 if she wanted it, but she was able to take it and get herself to the free throw line.
So looks like we're going to get 2 free throws here from Mimi Rubino. First time at the line today. Shooting 2 of 6 from the field. All of them 3-point attempts. First one is short of the rim. So it's still a game here. 50-48 Fairfield. 4 minutes and 18 left. Here comes the second free throw attempt. No good again. Still a 2-point game. And here comes Mount St. Mary's.
Fairfield just 2 of 6 from the free throw line today, leaving some precious points at the line, and in a game that'll be close, every point matters.
Here comes Isabella Hunt. Trying to spin her way out. Gets it to Rafflo. Trying to fight her way. No good. And it's going to be a foul there on Mount St. Mary's.
That's going to be called on Fairfield. Colin.
Oh, no.
Real bail out there.
It's going to be on Mackenzie Martin.
Couple of a really good defensive possession there from the Stags. They got the box out, but they get whistled for a foul.
So 3 minutes and 56 seconds left now on the clock. Comes the inbound pass, and we're going to get a quick timeout here.
So
looks like it's going to be a media timeout here, or it's going to be another timeout for Mount St. Mary's?
Yep.
So another 30-second one. Okay.
So down in Maryland, the Mount St. Mary's men lead Fairfield 53-52 here, and 50-48 here in Connecticut for the women's game, Colin. 2 games right down the stretch here. We'll see who can get across the line and get themselves a valuable W in this conference where the teams are just really close.
Absolutely. And both teams quickly rushing back out. So the timeouts have been really short here, Sean. It's close to 10 seconds in my estimation. Here comes the inbound pass.
So Rubino on Harrison, who's the most threatening offensive player for Mount St. Mary's.
Here's Tomasetti. Kicking it out to Hunt. Trying to find Harrison. Has Isabella matched up on her. She'll get it to Villaflor. Shot clock winding down. Shot no good. And possession, it'll go with Mount St. Mary's.
It'll stay here, Colin, but only 5 ticks on the shot clock that did not hit the rim. So I do not know why the shot clock was reset here. Looks like they are going to get a fresh 20. They did not hit the rim, so that should not be the case.
D'Oliva checking in for Mackenzie Martin. Here's Harrison. Trying to drive into the lane. Kick out. Tomasetti for 3. No good. And that's Mackenzie D'Oliva with the rebound.
Really solid defense there from Rubino, running off Harrison, who's pretty terrific from 3, forcing a shooter who isn't as good.
Kavanaugh, offensive foul. And looks like she forced a little too much weight on that play.
Coach Carley really disappointed in that call. Not only was the defender not in legal guarding position, but it looks like she was also Kavanaugh does not extend the arm there, so Mount St. Mary's getting away with one there. Hunt looks like she kind of just lost her balance and hit the ground there, so a big call there.
Here's Villaflor. Trying to get it to Tomasetti. Now back to Ruffalo. And there's Hunt. Back out to Harrison. Trying to get it. Shot clock still winding down. Now at 5. Tomasetti. Should have tried to drive into the lane, and foul called there.
Couple of bailouts here at the end of the shot clock. Fairfield playing some really tough defense, but just a little bit too tough as the whistle at the end of the shot clock. This is going to be bonus time for Mount St. Mary's here, so we'll see if they can tie it up from the line.
Janelle Brown just picked up her 4th foul, and Jessica Tomasetti could tie the game. She's made both of her free throws, and she makes this 3rd one.
Under 2:53 left, Colin. It's going to come down to turnovers, defense, and free throws.
Absolutely. This one to tie the game. And that's good. We're tied at 50 with 2:53 left. Here comes Janelle Brown. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot of show. Here comes Janelle. Moving up to the right.
Elevator play for Isabella here.
Isabella moves to the left. Screen set by Kavanaugh. Pass it out to Brown. Kick out to Kavanaugh. Trying to find something. Here gets it Isabella. Shot clock at 5. Isabella gonna try to pass it up. No good. Isabella's shot clock expires, and that's going to be a violation there. And Mount St. Mary's getting the stop that they needed to try to take the lead here.
Yeah, Isabella had that mid-range. She tried to throw the ball over to the top to Callie. She's just got to take that mid-range. It's a high percentage shot. Chances are she makes that. Now Mount St. Mary's has a chance to take the lead here.
I feel like I've seen this type of script before. Just 1 week ago today, Fairfield had a sizable lead against Siena, and then they lost that one in overtime.
They've had a little bit of trouble getting across the line in some of these close games here. The Niagara game over break comes to mind, where they allowed Niagara to force overtime and win it. So see if they can change that narrative here. They're back in their 2-3.
Here's Tomasetti. Kicks it out to Hunt. Hunt pulls up at the layup. No good.
Really,
rebound by Callie
really
Kavanaugh.
Good defense there from Fairfield. That's definitely a shot that they will easily give up.
Here's Janelle.
Winning time here in Connecticut.
A lot of time. Trying to make the play happen. Here's Callie. Pulls up for the shot. Ribs out. No good. Here comes Mount St. Mary with the board. That was Villafort. Now pass it out to Tomasetti. She's going to get it to Harrison. Now she's going to take a lot of time left as we wind down to 122, all tied at 50. Harrison with Rubino on her. Villafort.
Harrison doesn't want the ball screen. She waves it off. Actually, another one comes here.
Gets that screen. Here comes Raffalo. Pulls up for three. Spin out. No good. And Isabella with the rebound. We are now approaching the minute mark.
Yeah, tough game here. Looks like Fairfield's going to use a timeout here. Oh, no, never mind.
No timeout used. They got 2 left. Here comes Janelle. Trying to move around. Going to pull up for the layup. No good. Rebound taken. And Kavanaugh. Isabella now has it.
Did not hit the rim, Colin, so they don't have a fresh clock.
And now Fairfield will use their third timeout of the game.
Only 7 seconds on the shot clock, Colin, so we'll see what Coach Carly can draw up here.
It's been amazing in the fourth quarter.
Surprised they didn't use one earlier. They only have 2 points in this fourth quarter. That's what's been able to get Mount St. Mary's back in this game. Mount St. Mary's only has 10 themselves, so or make that 12 rather. So not a lot of scoring here in the fourth quarter. Pretty impressive defense, but somebody does have to win this game. The way that it is set up now, it looks like it's a good opportunity for a 2-for-1 for Fairfield. Regardless, they'll have the last shot.
See T. Johnson there on the Jumbotron. He's calm and collective. He's saying, we've got this.
Yeah, so like we've been saying, back down in Maryland for the men, 54-53, under 4 there. So both basketball games between these schools going down the wire as we're back here in Connecticut.
Here's Janelle Brown. Shot clock at 7. Gets it Isabella. Now Brown. Gonna try to drive her way to the lane. Kicks it out. 3-pointer for Rubino. No good. Brown with the offensive rebound.
See if they use another timeout here.
Only 30 seconds left.
15 on the shot clock. Let's see if they can draw up here.
Here's Brown. Shot clock at 8. Isabella to Kavanaugh. Now to Brown. Shot clock at 3. Brown pulls up for the shot. It's good! Janelle Brown knocking it down. And the Stags have a 2-point lead. Mount St. Mary's will call their third timeout.
So great.
12.6 seconds left.
All-around play there from Janelle Brown. Collins, she gets the offensive rebound. She's able to set up the team in their play, and she's able to knock down an open mid-range, which has been there all day. We'll see if they can get across the line here. Mount St. Mary's could win it with a 3 or tie it with a 2. Any foul will send the Mountaineers to the stripe.
And if I'm Fairfield, I am making sure that it does not go into the hands of Michaela Harrison. She's only 2 of 8 from the field, but from 3, I should say, but she has come clutch down the stretch. Natalie Villafort, she's been great. She has 11 points. She's been 4-6 from the field. So really, and Arnay Taylor, she has 10, but who knows if they're going to put her in because of the foul trouble.
So the key to the game here for Fairfield is don't give the opportunity for the referees to call a foul. Mount St. Mary's is pretty solid at free throws. They've made 8 of 12 today. Don't give the referees an opportunity for them to tie it, and don't let them shoot a 3. Run them off, send them into the shot blockers in the paint. See if one more stop, get across the line here, and you can win this game.
So both teams are going to rush back out onto the court. 12.6 seconds left. Fairfield U up 52. Mount St. Mary with 50. Let's see what play that they're going to drop here.
So if you're Fairfield here, you're running them off the 3-point line, and you're not giving them an opportunity to get to the foul line. If they make it tough too, then so what?
So Hunt going to inbound the pass. Nothing there. Gets it to Harrison. Clock's going to start to wind. Janelle Brown matched up on her. Screen is set by Hunt. Harrison for 3. Off the rim. No good. Rebound. Fought for. And that's going to be a possession. And that's going to be Fairfield ball. 1.5 seconds left. And Isabella coming up with a clutch play. And that is going to be another timeout.
So Harrison taking the 3 just like you prefaced, Colin. She was going to get the ball really, really hard to close out there from the Stags, making it a tough contest. And then Isabella at least tying it up for the loose ball, getting the arrow back to the Stags. You get the ball inbounds here and make your free throws. You're going to win this game.
Yep, Mount St. Mary's, they got a foul here. And at this point, you're hoping for Fairfield to miss their free throws and making sure that you get possession so that you can use your last timeout and pray for a miracle here.
So the ball will be dead in the inbound, so the player will not be able to run the baseline. Something to note here for the Stags. You assume that Mount will tag a foul right away as they only have 1.5 seconds left here.
How about
down
this
the
game?
stretch here, one good play from the Stags, and they'll win this game.
Yeah, both games have been incredible for the men's team and the women's team. Up by 2, and Fairfield has a chance in this stadium to seal it.
So Jean Rose misses the free throw, so the men are only up 2 with over 2 minutes left here. We're back in Connecticut for the last second and change here. No more timeouts for the Stags. The Mount has 1. Just get the ball in, make your free throws, and get out of here with a win, Colin.
Here we go. So Isabella is going to inbound the pass. The worst thing that could happen is a turnover.
So they will get it across half court here. That is a rule in women's. They get the ball in
and count it up. And it's going to be a turnover. 0.7 left. Mount St. Mary's going to call a timeout. They're going to say, is that a violation?
They're calling backcourt violation. Interesting call there. For that to be the case, she would have to get the ball, have possession in the front court, and then take it back across. So
is that what
just a really bad mistake there from Callie. She was trying to run away from the foul. All she has to do is stay there, hold it, get fouled with less than a second left. Makes free throws.
I think
just
the nerves
unfortunate
got
there
there
from the Stags.
So both teams out of timeouts. We got 0.7 of a second left.
And it's enough time to get off a shot, Colin. If you're Fairfield, you're no fouls, no threes.
No fouls, no threes.
Make them make a tough shot.
Yep. Mount St. Mary's still in the bonus. And worst thing that could happen is a 3-point.
So it looks like Deliba, who is the longest wingspan player of Fairfield, is going to be on the ball here.
So it looks like they're going to play it. They're going to play a zone where Deliba's going to take the corner.
Deliba's probably going to be on the ball with her long wingspan. Just a tip will start the clock. Tough play here for Mount St. Mary's to see what the coach can draw up. You would think that would probably be a 3 as it's going to be inbounded right by the Mount St. Mary's bench. So really tough play here from the Mount, but they've got a chance.
For those just tuning in, Fairfield University is up 52-50 with 0.7 of a second. Mount St. Mary's coming off a backcourt violation has a chance to at least tie the game or win it, but it's going to come down to a defensive stand from the Stags. And it's been playing its tail off here.
So Deliba doing jumping jacks by the ball. We'll see what kind of play they can draw up here. It's a tough spot for Mount.
Check it out. Harrison pulls up for 3. Short of the rim. Oh! Well, we've got a discussion here. Hold on.
And Harrison wanted some contact in the corner. Brown looks like she just kind of ran by her.
Are they saying it's going to be out of bounds?
There are zeros on the clock here. It looks like a technical foul was assessed to the Mount St. Mary's head coach. Confusion
a technical foul?
We are here on the concourse, so we do not know what they're talking about here. But there are 3 zeros on the clock. The replay was on the Jumbotron there, and then it went away. So referees will make their way to the benches with an explanation. Harrison...
I honestly don't know what happened. It looked like it was a normal play.
She just kind of ran by her. I'm not sure there was a lot of contact. Maybe Harrison lost her footing or something, but there are 3 zeros on the clock. The referees are going over to the monitor to look at something, Colin.
This is going to be interesting to see what they're going to assess here. I mean, looked like the play was normal. Maybe it was interference from the sideline.
Maybe. I mean, that was a very, very good play. If as a coach, you probably don't have a whole lot of 1-second sideline plays to go from, but they got a 3 for their best player. She was unable to knock it down. We'll see what happens here at the end, but a really good play design there from Mount, but Fairfield was able to get across the line and get a stop. Now, down in Maryland here as we wait for the referees to make a decision here, Fairfield leading 59-52, 41.2 seconds left. Looks like Jalen Leach will be going to the line for 2 here. So 2 razor-close games. As we're kind of jumping back between the games here, we'll try and keep you as informed as we can. Still no explanation here at the women's game, as Jalen Leach will shoot 2 down in Maryland at the men's game. Both Fairfield teams leading by 2, the women 52-50 and the men 59-57.
So refs are still talking about this, and honestly, I don't know what you're supposed to rule there in that situation. But
yeah, there was definitely one referee who did make the technical symbol to the Mount St. Mary's coach or the bench. We're not very clear here. And now the coaches are going to be called in for an explanation.
Let's see what's going to happen here.
And Jalen Leach knocks down both in the men's game for the Stags. They're up by 4 with 41.5 seconds remaining. And Mount St. Mary's down in the men's game will use a timeout. So both games currently stopped. Still 3-0 on the clock in the women's game.
All right.
And
looks like is it gonna be one more play?
There was only 0.7 seconds left on the clock. So, at the beginning of that play for Harrison. So unless something happened right as she shot it, this should be game over. Looks like the referees are making an announcement, or at least telling
Looks like it's gonna be one more play.
Stadium operator here what the call is. Utter confusion around the Leo Mahoney Arena here, Colin. Still no explanation.
Yeah, you, as a fan, you're just saying, can we get a win now, or what's happening? But
they certainly looked at something here. We've just got the Fairfield logo up on the Jumbotron, so we're not sure what they were looking at. Now 0.4 has been put back on the clock here.
0.4.
I would think maybe the call is that Harrison stepped out of bounds, because it looked like she did slip. Maybe she did step out of bounds before she let the shot off.
They're going to call a foul on Janelle. And now Michaela Harrison is going to shoot 2 free throws.
So, 3 shots for
3 shots and a
Harrison
technical.
Here. That is not something that you can review as she makes the first.
Free throw good.
Mount St. Mary's could win this game here.
My gosh.
Talk about a bailout from the officials. Harrison was not fouled there at all.
Second free throw good. This the last one?
And
to give Mount St. Mary the win.
Well, Fairfield will get some free throws too because of the technical foul.
It's good. And they have the lead.
So it looks like we're going to go.
Very, very controversial ending.
So now we're going to go to the other end for Fairfield for 2 free throws. So Isabella goes 2 for 2, and Fairfield wins this game.
Wow.
A bizarre run of events here from
Isabella,
the officials.
First attempt. It's good, and we're tied.
So that was the big one from Isabella. Now Fairfield cannot lose. 0.4 ticks on the clock here.
This for a potential win.
Can't say you've seen this ending very often, Colin.
It's good. 1 point lead. Isabella Nicoletti Leite.
So those are some big-time free throws there from both Mount St. Mary's and Fairfield.
You're hoping for a buzzer beater if you're Mount St. Mary's.
0.4 seconds is not enough time to get up a shot. So if you're Fairfield there, no. Oh, it's going to be Fairfield ball, actually, because of the technical.
All right.
So throw it in.
Ball.
Throw it in off the back of the defensive player, and this game's going to be over.
Gets it to DeLima, and the game is over. The Fairfield University Stags are going to hang on for a 54-53 win. Officiated controversy did not matter.
Yeah, so a really interesting ending there. Harrison was fouled shooting a 3, apparently. We didn't see that. And then the ref, the coach for Mount St. Mary's, probably for arguing that call, got a technical. So Fairfield wins this one. Quite an interesting ending, but the Fairfield Lady Stags
before in my life.
The Fairfield Lady Stags sweep the season series over Mount St. Mary's.
So the Stags get a win both in Maryland and in Fairfield, Connecticut. And from that, we are going to sign off with Sean Vowles and Max Berman in our studios from WVOF 88.5 and the Leo Mahoney Arena Stadium. This is Colin O'Callahan signing off.